Shout out to everyone in the Metalverse. For all the stackers, no matter what you're stacking, the habit itself is the real power. And especially to those of you living below your means and still putting something aside every month. You're building something most people never will, and that's rare in this world. Today, I will be talking about systems and the power of small, consistent actions, compounding, multiplying over time, and turning into something substantial. They say the yard is hard and the inch is easy. The new year will be here before we know it. My goal for 2027, January, is to automate all my investments. No matter the amount, the important thing will just be consistent and automatic. My 401k and company stock come out of my check before it is deposited, and I'm getting to the point I don't miss the money anymore. It feels good every check something is being invested. I started with small amounts and slowly raised them. My 401k is maxed out at 6% now. Every so often I raised it by a percentage. Like the frog in the boiling water, I raise the temperature slowly. I really like the automatic investment, which makes it easy to be consistent. Being consistent is the goal I'm aiming for. The amount doesn't mean as much as building the system and being consistent with it. I have several baskets: 401k, company stock, stocks, index funds, individual stocks, Bitcoin, and a few cryptos. And my favorite precious metals, gold and silver. Sometimes platinum as well. I see the metals as a shield, a store of value. Other investments like a sword, more offensive, building wealth. As a Gen Xer who had too much fun in his early years and is late to the game, time is short and I'm forced to gamble. Personal finance is personal. You will find no financial advice here. If I was 20 with my knowledge I have now, my approach would be totally different with time on my side. So metals are one tentacle of the portfolio. The investing octopus, if you will. I see better opportunities to put dollars into than gold and silver at the moment. I quit smoking to keep stacking and work on my foundation. The plan starting in 2027 is the $300 saved by not smoking will be divided up. $200 to metals each month, $75 to silver, and $125 to gold. When I save enough cash to buy a 1/10 ounce gold eagle or coin, I will do so approximately every 4 months. The remaining $100 will go towards emergency life fund to protect the metals and other investments. Most people think the power is in the silver. It's not. The real power is in the quiet decision you make every single month. When no one is watching today, I'm not going to sit here and hype ounce counts or stack size. I want to talk about something deeper. What happens inside when you build a system of small, consistent actions and then actually stick to it? There's an ancient Japanese philosophy that describes this exact process. It's called Kaizen. The real game is discipline. Stacking 1 ounce of silver every month looks simple and uneventful on the surface. 1 coin, 1 bar, 1 quiet purchase. But that simple action forces you to confront something most people avoid. Discipline without applause. There's no big dopamine hit like buying a monster box. No celebration. No look what I just did post. It's just you deciding that this month, again, you're going to keep the promise you made to yourself. That's the first thing that starts changing. You stop waiting for motivation. You start becoming the kind of person who does the thing whether you feel like it or not. This is pure Kaizen. Kaizen is the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement through small, Incremental changes, the word itself means change for the better or good change. It teaches that massive transformation doesn't come from dramatic leaps. It comes from tiny, repeated improvements that compound over time. Toyota used it to revolutionize manufacturing. You can use it quietly to build wealth and a stronger version of yourself. Small actions compound it into identity. Here's what most people miss: it's never really about the 1 ounce, it's about the identity you're quietly building. Every time you follow through, you're voting for a new version of yourself. The version who is consistent, the version who builds systems instead of, my case, smoking cigarettes. And every time I follow through, the system gets stronger. And so do I. That's Kaizen in action. Small daily or bi-weekly or monthly improvements that reshape who you are. My identity is now that of a non-smoker who stacks gold instead of a smoker stacking butts. Building a system, not just a habit. Consistency alone isn't enough. You need a system that makes the consistency almost automatic. For me, it looks like this: a fixed day each month, a fixed amount, 1 ounce of silver, a clear reason why I'm doing it. Silver, steady stacking, gold as the long term goal. No debating, no, I'll do it later. The decision was already made. That's the quiet power of a system. It removes the need for constant willpower. It turns a good intention into a default action. Over time, the system starts spilling into other areas of your life. You begin showing up more consistently in your work, in your health, in your relationships, because you've trained yourself to keep small promises. Kaizen isn't about silver. It's about turning continuous improvement into your default operating system. The numbers, what 1 ounce of silver and a 1/10 ounce coin, gold coin, every 4 months actually becomes after 5 years. 60 ounces of silver and about 1.5 ounces of gold. Approximate value around $10,000. The stack grows quietly, but the real growth is in the person who kept stacking when no one was watching. What actually changes? So, what happens when you quietly stack 1 ounce of silver every month? Yes, the stack grows. Yes, you're moving closer to your goal. But the deeper result is this: you become someone who trusts themselves. You stop needing external motivation. You start respecting the power of boring, repeated actions. Most people overestimate what they can do in a month and completely underestimate what they can do and build in a few years of quiet consistency. This is how real wealth, both financial and personal, is actually built. Not in big dramatic moves, but in months when no one is watching and you still show up. That's Kaizen. That's the quiet stack. And that's how you change your life 1 ounce at a time. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe. I post more precious metals content like this. If you're still here and have not subscribed to the channel, don't take it for granted I'll show up in your feed. Subscribe to the channel. It is free to you, but means the world to me, as I try to get to 1,000 subscribers before YouTube changes their monetization policy. This is the Philly Stacker wishing you all health, wealth, and wisdom. Get out of here and touch some silver. Until next time.